Denial. Denial, in ordinary English usage, is asserting that a statement of allegation is not true. The same word and also abnegation is used for a psychological defense mechanism postulated by Sigmund Freud, in which a person is faced with the fact that is too uncomfortable to accept and rejects it instead, insisting that it is not true despite what may be overwhelming evidence. The subject may use simple denial, deny the reality of the unpleasant fact altogether. Minimization, admit the fact but deny its seriousness, a combination of denial and rationalization. Projection, admit both the fact and serious but deny responsibility by blaming somebody or something else. The concept of denial is particularly important to the study of addiction. The theory of denial was first researched seriously by Anna Freud. She classified denial as a mechanism of the immature mind because it conflicts with the ability to learn from and cope with reality. Where denial occurs in mature minds, it is most often associated with death, dying, and rape. More recent research has significantly expanded the scope and utility of the concept. Ross used denial as the first of 5 stages in the psychology of a dying patient. And the idea has been extended to include the reactions of survivors to news of a death. Many contemporary psychoanalysts treat denial as the first stage of a coping cycle. When an unwelcome change occurs, a trauma of some sort, the first impulse to disbelieve begins the process of coping. That denial in a healthy mind slowly rises to greater consciousness, gradually becoming a subconscious pressure just beneath the surface of overt awareness. The mechanism of coping then involves repression, while the person accumulates the emotional resources to fully face the trauma. Once faced, the person deals with the trauma in a stage alternately called acceptance or enlightenment, depending on the scope of the issue and the therapist's school of thought. After this stage, once sufficiently dealt with for the time being, the trauma must sink away from total consciousness awareness again. Left metaphorically upon a back burner or put away in a cupboard, the process of sublimation involves a balance of neither quite forgetting nor quite remembering. This allows the trauma to re-emerge in consciousness if it involves an ongoing process, such as a protracted illness. Or sublimation may begin the full resolution process, where the trauma finally sinks away into eventual forgetfulness. Occasionally, this entire cycle has been referred to in modern parlance as denial, often confusing the full cycle with only one stage in the cycle. Unlike some other defense mechanisms postulated by psychoanalytic theory, the general existence of denial is fairly easy to verify even for non-specialists. On the other hand, denial is one of the most controversial defense mechanisms since it can easily be used to create unfalsifiable theories. Anything the subject says or does that appears to disapprove the interpreter's theory is explained, not as evidence that the interpreter's theory is wrong, but as the subject's being in denial. Yeah. This goes on and on. Let's stop it there. Denial.